What is up, you guys? My name is Noah and this is Tech New. There are those who say that Macs are the best thing since sliced bread. And then there are just as many who think that Apple's desktops and laptops are overpriced, overrated garbage. As you can see, there is a significant contrast between these two crowds, and today I'd like to advocate for one side. In this video, I'm going to be giving you 5 reasons why you should consider buying a Mac. I'm also going to be making another video giving 5 reasons why you should avoid Macs altogether. The 5 reasons I'm going to cover in favor of Macs are design and build quality, operating system, longevity, reliability and optimization, customer support, and resale value. Apple is a company that sets a standard in design and build quality. The combination of simplicity and high quality build materials make Mac computers very enjoyable to view and handle. Now, I'm sure that there are quite a few people out there who don't care for Apple's product designs. However, aesthetic is a huge factor in why consumers buy Macs. If you have ever visited an Apple retail store, you can really get a feel for their Mac lineup. MacBooks are well built, robust, and surprisingly durable little machines. iMac desktops appear as simple, elegant panes of glass supported by minimalistic pedestals. And the Mac Pro is an entirely different story, which in my opinion has a very interesting design which you'll either love or hate. I personally have mixed feelings for it. Aluminum is present in almost every Apple product, including iOS devices, while the presence of plastic is minimized, except in keyboards and the insides of ports. This gives these products a premium look and feel, and eliminates any cheap or flimsy characteristics. Obviously, there are wonderfully designed and well-built Windows desktops and laptops, which are in a similar price range to their Apple counterparts. But ultimately, Apple's iconic designs are what make the Mac lineup stand out from the rest of the systems on the market. If you enjoy thoughtfully designed and well-built machines, a Mac will suit you very well. Now I'll warn you, I believe one's choice of operating system involves the user's personal preference and intent of use. Macs are considered as work-based computers, designed for an everyday student to a creative professional. The main reason why consumers buy Macs is for the user experience, and OS X, now newly christened macOS, performs and delivers. Personally, I find Apple's Mac operating system a joy to use. The OS has a friendly, colorful, and simple design similar to that of iOS. For a Windows user, navigating through the OS may take some getting used to, but once you get the hang of it, there is a good chance you may really enjoy using macOS. I recommend you demo a Mac before you buy one. Only then will you know if you want to consider purchasing one. You can find many of the stock applications and features included in iOS in their desktop form on a Mac. These include things such as the Photos app, Spotlight Search, a notification panel, Safari, FaceTime, and now Siri with the release of macOS Sierra this fall. Another asset of macOS is the File Manager, or Finder. This application allows you to easily view, organize, and rid of your files. You can also exchange files between your Apple devices via AirDrop. This feature allows you to send files to and from your devices over a shared Wi-Fi network. Apple also includes useful apps such as Pages, Keynote, and Numbers, which are similar to that of Microsoft Office, and iMovie, similar to that of Windows Movie Maker and macOS. These applications come free with the purchase of a new Mac, which in my opinion, increase the functionality of your Mac straight out of the box. Over time, Apple's ecosystem has become increasingly symbiotic. iOS and macOS complement each other in many ways, and work very well when paired together. iCloud and other servers sync all of your contact information, calendar events, shared photos, notes, messages, mail, and more. This, in a sense, somewhat unifies the mobile and desktop experience. Similarly, Apple's handoff allows users to begin an activity, such as browsing the web on one device, and continue right where they left off on another device via Bluetooth. Another very useful feature is the presence of the Messages app in macOS. I use this application on a daily basis, whether on my iPhone, iPad, or MacBook Pro. It is convenient how I can start a conversation on my iPhone and continue it on my Mac with a full-size keyboard. FaceTime is also a nice addition, especially when conversing with fellow students, friends, and maybe in your case, colleagues. You can also send files from your Mac to your friends and other acquaintances through iMessage. For example, I can send a recently exported Final Cut project to a friend via the Messages app on my Mac. Speaking of Final Cut, many enjoy and prefer to use Macs for video production. Apple's homegrown Final Cut Pro 10 is a very fluid, dynamic, and versatile video editing software. I have been using it for the past 2 years, and I can tell you it is a very capable piece of software. Because the program is built specifically for Mac hardware, export times are considerably quicker compared to that of Adobe's Premiere Pro. Sadly, I cannot fully enjoy this benefit because I run OS X El Capitan on my custom-built PC, otherwise known as a Hackintosh, but in no way does this deter me from using this excellent program. However, Final Cut Pro 10 is by no means perfect, and in some cases, kinda limited. Obviously, you can use the Adobe suite of apps on your Mac. And now that I've mentioned it, leave a like and comment below if you want me to make a Hackintosh tutorial. Anyways, moving on to longevity, reliability, and optimization. Since macOS is designed for specific hardware and a select few machines, new releases are always optimized for older Macs. Because of this, Macs tend to last their users a while without the need to upgrade. An example of this is how the legacy MacBook Pro 13 non-Retina model is still selling for full price despite the fact it contains hardware from 2012. My parents own a 2011 21.5-inch iMac, and it is still running smoothly despite its age. And yes, 4 to 5 years is a long time when talking about technology. Now, I'm not saying that Mac users don't ever encounter problems with their machines. However, Macs are known to be reliable and generally stable devices. I have owned a MacBook Pro Retina 13-inch mid-2014 model for the past 2 years, and I am happy to report that I have not had a single problem with it. Because more computer viruses are written for Windows, and macOS is a highly secure operating system, the chance of getting infected is minimized. And to be honest, the Macs don't get viruses myth is kinda overrated. In my opinion, as long as you aren't stupid and don't download or install any shady programs or files, it is highly unlikely you're going to screw up your Mac or Windows machine. Now, if you do encounter a problem with your Mac's hardware or software, you can always rely on Apple support, which is the next topic. Although you may spend a good half an hour on the phone before being helped, Apple's representatives are almost always very friendly and helpful. Apple's online forums are also a great place to ask and read about any topics concerning your Mac. However, Apple's customer support does have some flaws. The extended wait time can be quite annoying, and in some cases, the rep's knowledge may be a little limited depending on the question you ask. But you can expect to be helped no matter what problem you run into. And if you have an AppleCare plan, you can bring your device into an Apple retail store to be serviced if need be at no cost to you. In-store employees can answer any questions you may have as well. Nearly every call I've made to 1-800-MY-APPLE has ended on a high note, with my problem being solved and my questions answered. The last topic I'm going to be going over is resale value. Macs are desirable machines and retain their value over time. This is evident while browsing on eBay and sites such as Mac of All Trades. Macs are expensive, and those who cannot afford to buy a Mac at full price will look for used machines. Since supply is low and demand is high, the resale value of a Mac is higher than that of a Windows machine with close to identical specs. So, if you choose to buy a Mac now, when it comes time to upgrade down the road, your device will be worth enough to substantially help you pay for a new one. So, these 5 topics I just went over may or may not justify the purchase of a new Mac. If you do end up purchasing one, I can guarantee you will most likely be very pleased with your investment. If this video helped you out, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. If you have any questions, please feel free to let me know in the comments section down below. I encourage you to watch my 5 reasons to avoid Macs video if you haven't already, or stay tuned if you are watching this video before it has been released. And other than that, I will catch you all in the next one. Peace.